What's going on everyone, TomGorian here and welcome back to League Racing on the channel. Today we have round 22 of the RFL Season 8 Championship. It's the first race of the new year here at the legendary Spa-Francorchamps. We only have 3 races left of the Season 8 calendar before we get Season 9 underway sometime in February, pretty much a month and a half away. So yeah, coming into this the third to last round of the championship, we have a qualifying ban in this race. In Baku, probably the worst race of the season. We made a couple of mistakes. We made contact with Angelo, also with Fins, and the stewards awarded us with 2 penalty points for the collision with Angelo and a qualifying ban. Well, 10-second penalty because we had a gap of 7 seconds, and then 2 penalty points, which resulted in us getting our first qualifying ban of the season. So we had to take that, unfortunately. So what you're going to be seeing is literally just the last couple of seconds from qualifying, and we're starting last for this sprint race. But yeah, you might notice some new names. Jackster literally joined 20 seconds. Not 20 seconds, but like a couple minutes before the lobby opened, and then Sora literally came in from an LCR race. But yeah, there's a lot of things happening in this race. One of them is Vapid could win the championship in this race. So if he scores 3 points, he's literally won the championship. His rival, Scott W, is literally doing comms. And yeah, Scott's literally given up. But for Vapid, if he scores 3 points, he wins the championship. Our main focus now is to win the Constructors with 3 races to go. So hopefully we don't make any mistakes and we capitalise on this sprint race. Getting ready for 5 red lights here at Spa-Francorchamps. Lights out and away we go for the sprint race. It's a decent start there by us, and also Senna and also Fins, who also joined quite late on in towards turn 1. La Source, Senna literally goes completely wide. Fins lose the back end, and also Vapid, my teammate Kirby, I think Angelo made contact with Jackster, which pretty much had a domino effect as we enter El Rouge for the first time. Angelo goes wide, and there goes Angelo as we head on towards the Camel Straight, on towards Les Combes chicane. So fresh in third place, the teammate of Vapid. We're going to try and risk it all, go down the inside, in towards La Source, and towards Les Combes, and there's a slight bit of contact. And once again, for another time in this season, we make a mistake and we spin. We catch the car though, so the race is not over. We don't have damage, but unfortunately all of our hard work that we literally got given to us in the first corner has been wasted away, and now we're gonna have to try and come back in the remains of the sprint race as we go around the outside of XCR Leclerc on towards the Camel Straight. But look at the speed of Jackster going into Les Combes. And by the way, I was also streaming this race on Twitch, so follow me at TomGorian on Twitch for all of the remaining RFL races as we enter the final couple of races during Season 8. Look at this battle going on between SFR Fins, Jackster, and I think that is XCR Button as well. That is for 6th place, I do believe. But yeah, coming into this race, practice was literally just race pace. I didn't really care about qualifying, didn't really care about one lap pace. It was all about race pace and making sure that the car did feel good and very stable and very balanced. Jackster nearly used the back end there. He takes too much curb on the rundown towards Radion. Is it Radion? I don't think, no, it's not Blanchimont. I think it's Blanchimont probably something else, but we gained the position back. But Jackster's straight line speed is absolutely ridiculous, and you'll see in this part of the video that Jackster's speed compared to ours was mental. But I didn't really care about straight line speed. Obviously you need straight line speed for this track, but what I wanted was a stable rear car that could turn well, had good tyre wear, and also had a little bit of straight line speed. And as you can see, we're about to go side by side with So Fresh on the penultimate lap of the sprint race. But look at Jackster once again. He's going to go down the inside of both of us. So Fresh outbreaks himself in towards Les Combes, and that's 8th place. in this sprint race. But yeah, once again, just with the setup, I think I went too cautious with aerodynamics and also just not having enough straight line speed. As you can see, that's SFR fins. I think he's made a mistake. He spun, and in the process, he's made contact with So Fresh, and So Fresh is out of the sprint race. And unfortunately for So Fresh, he rage quit and left the session, and he will not rejoin in this race. Coming down in towards the final moments of this reverse sprint race, Angelo and Button are going to try and go side by side. I'm trying to capitalise here, but I'm thinking, do I risk it? Do I go down the inside of Button? No, I'm going to wait. He goes a little bit wide though, so looking back, I'm thinking, I had a chance to try and go down the inside in towards the bus stop, but it's going to be 7th place for the reverse sprint race. And that's alright, that's a decent position. It could be worse, we could be literally last place, but I'm getting ready for the 50% race in the Spa Grand Prix, and the main aim was pretty much just I want to get a podium. Obviously, Sora and Jackster, they're probably the quickest guys in this lobby, and Sora is literally just came back from an LCR race, and the man's literally got pole. But here we go, getting ready for the full race here at Spa-Francorchamps, round 22 of the Season 8 Championship. Lights out at Spa, and away we go. A lot of smoke there, but we get a good start as we jump Button. Fapper goes down the inside. We make contact there, I think, with SFR fins, as Leclerc goes around our outside. We're going to get him back though, in towards the rundown, in towards down the hill, towards El Rouge and Radion. Up the hill we go right now. A lot of cars go wide, and here's our chance right now. We're all over Vapid. That's something that hasn't happened as much as I've wanted to this season, but we get past Vapid Q74. And looking back on this race, I think Vapid was playing. He was being very cautious. He knew that his rival is not in this race, and all he needs is literally third place. He can literally do an Alan Prost and shithouse his way to a championship and get 3 points, literally, and that's it. He's literally the champion. But fair play to Vapid. He came here to race, he came here to overtake, and he came to battle, and that's all you can ask really. So lap number 3, and as you can see, Angelo went wide at La Source. We just can't really overtake him, but here he is now. He's going to try and overtake Kislezgo, who's making his one-off appearance in this Spa race, as we're going to go around the outside of Kislezgo, one of our biggest rivals in league racing. It's side by side between us and the McLaren, and we actually make that move. That's one of the best overtakes I've done this season. Around the outside, in towards the downhill right-hander, and then on the inside of No Name. Just a great overtake. I love it when you hold it around the outside and then you have the inside line from the next corner. But now, just this part of the race was just keeping up with Angelo, trying to get the DRS and break away from Vapid. This virtual safety car messed us up here. So this is a virtual safety car, and as you can see, I was debating if I wanted to stop or not. Angelo had the same full process on lap 5, but as you can see, look at the gap between me and Vapid, 2.4 seconds, and with green flag running, he's now literally cut the gap to half, and now he's now back in DRS, which has now really pissed me off, because now all the hard work I've done to try and, you know, make Angelo pull me along to try and break away from DRS has now been gone. So Vapid is now back in the race. Key11, who is now the F1 XL Division 4 champion, he's also in this race. As we're trying to follow Angelo, we make a bit of a late move there. He goes down the inside, in towards Lake Calm. We touch wheels a bit, but thankfully, no one spins, no one gets any damage, and we fight for another day. But as you can see, we're literally on the backbone now of trying to get DRS. We're still in the DRS range, pretty much 7 temps now, 6 temps because of the slipstream. But now we have to react. We've spent too long behind Angelo, and we're not going to get caught by Key11 or Vapid. We're going to force the initiative, and we're going to box on lap 9 of the Belgium Grand Prix to go on the hard tyres. Strategy, it's pretty much mediums to hards. It would be hards to mediums, but I'm not comfortable with that strategy at all. And I don't know why. I think it's just because the hards are not a good race tyre on the first part of the stint. When I say that, I'm just not comfortable with the hards in the first part of the stint. I may as well use the hards on the second part of the race, not the first half. But yeah, this is now crunch time for us if we want to get a podium. TMS Sora and Jackster are far long gone in this race, and this is really for now the best of the normal runners here at Spa. We've retained our advantage over Key11, and he's going to get DRS, but he will not overtake us up the hill in towards Radion and Eau Rouge. So now, pretty much the gap is 18 seconds to Angelo as we come in towards the bus stop now. And as you can see, holding it in third gear, we've saved some of our ERS. So now we're on the main straight, and Angelo is boxing this lap. So this could determine if we're on the podium or not. Sora, fast lap of the race. Here comes Angelo on the right hand side. We have jumped Sora. No, we haven't jumped Sora. We've jumped Angelo. The undercut has worked, and now we've got to hold on because he's going to get the DRS. Now, this is an L on my part. I will take this L. I should have used all of my battery because, in my opinion, if I would have, as you can see, look at the straight line speed. I'm not using any ERS, and I thought, well, I'll just make him carry along, but Angelo has cold tyres, and we're going to get him around the outside. But I should have used all of my ERS because that little sequence cost me around about 5 tenths a second, and we weren't able to shake off Angelo in the DRS section. So he was literally just sat in our DRS for the remainder of this part of the race. And as you can see, the guy just flies by. I need just to learn how the other drivers around me, mainly Sora, Jackster, Angelo, Scott, all can get away with running lower wings than me, yet retaining somewhat of downforce. I don't know if it's like a setup thing or if they're used to it by now, but that's what's limited me this season when it comes to just race performance. There goes Key11 down the inside of me right there, in towards the source. This was really a 4-car battle between myself, Angelo, Key11 and Vapid. And now as we enter lap 16 of this race, Angelo goes wide. Well, when I say wide, he did that on purpose to get DRS. Yeah, he's a bastard. Anyway, we are now chasing Key11 for third place in this race. As we go up the hill, we use a lot of the apex, and we're going to get DRS. With the DRS, we're going to try and go, which way are we going to go? He goes defensive. Kirby is boxed again, and we're going to max out 200. We're nearly maxing out 211 mile an hour. We make the corner, and that is third place once again at the Belgian Grand Prix. And I'm looking back, I'm actually really proud of my performance here. I didn't make any mistakes. I got literally 2 warnings, and that was really it. Made no mistakes. There's a mistake from Key11. He's lost the backhand and his span on coming out of No Name, and that is Key11 done and dusted in this race. So now we enter the final quarter of the Belgium Grand Prix. We're not going to get the win, and we're not going to get second place, as we pretty much do a 47.4 that previous lap, and the next lap we do a 47.8 on lap number 18 of this race. The gap between me and Angelo is pretty much 7-8 tenths, but somehow Angelo just closed us in by 2 tenths, which is what he needed. And as you can see, unfortunately, there goes Angelo with the DRS. We tried to defend, but it's literally no use. And on the penultimate lap of the Belgian Grand Prix, we concede position to Angelo. TMS Sora wins the Belgian Grand Prix, and if it wasn't for him and he missed all the race early on, he could have easily clinched this championship with pretty much a couple races to go. But as long as Vapid holds on, Vapid could be the RFL champion. We try and think about making a move down the inside of Angelo, but we're just too far back. If we had one more lap, we could have maybe had the chance. Angelo is on the podium. We finished 4th, but Vapid Coot 74 is the RFL Season 8 champion. He's done it finally after 4 whole seasons of competing. Vapid is finally RFL champion, and yeah, he's done it with 3 races to go. But for us, can't really ask for much more. We tried our hand at the undercut. I think if we came in a lap early on lap 8, coming on to lap 9, we could have maybe stretched the gap. And of course, if we would have used more of our ERS, maybe weaved a bit, been more aggressive on the defensive side of the race. We could have retained third place, and we could have also just been a little bit more quicker. But listen, man, there was no way we were catching TMS Sora or Jackster. There's still pace to be found in this race. But that's that for the RFL Belgian Grand Prix. Thank you for watching this very entertaining race. Make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.